What about ye? 2009 Volkswagen Golf. I think that makes this a Mark 6. Customer says when you're driving along at speed, it sounds like an airplane taking off. So pretty easy to diagnose this. Took it out for a test run, go round a right sweeping bend, left bend, so wherever the weight of the car is on, tells you what side it's on, and I can tell that it's coming from the rear. So we'll just verify that. So that was the right rear, and we'll move the microphone onto the left rear. Okay, so rear wheel burn and a Golf. Yeah, this thing has one of these wheel centering spacers. It's not a wheel spacer, but it's a wheel centerer, because of the fancy wheels he has on this. So that'll be well stuck in there, I'd say. Well, anyway, we'll get this wee Torx off the disc here at the bottom. We'll get the caliper off. Right, so that's fine there, and yeah, we'll give this some of these now. Some cars, this doesn't. Sometimes you can get the disc off without taking the carrier off. So we'll see. So we'll just change over, give this a bit of a dump. Stuck on pretty good. We may have to release this. Hold on to your ears, folks. Yo! Oh, we can definitely hear it now. Right, chisel that's been sharpened. Right now, this bolt in here, this is going to be extremely tight. And it's a triple square, what is that? M18. So with a 1/2 inch driver on it there. I don't like to impact these because it racks the teeth on the tool. So to save the tool, so I don't impact them. So we'll just break this, and these things are really tight. So most people probably have this type of breaker bar here, 1/2 inch drive, that sort of carry on there. Now this is no good for that. And I'll tell you why. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you put a bar on the end of it and all that there. Right, dead on. Okay, right. I'll tell you what you're doing there. So see, whenever you have this on, this type of bar, all your force, all your 80 kilograms is going into bending this bar. So that's what you're doing. You're putting all your weight and bending this bar. So that's where your strength is going to. So this type of breaker bar is thicker. Now it's still only 1/2 inch, but this won't flex. So, all right, you can still put a cheater bar on it or a breaker bar or an extension bar on it, but because this won't flex, you know, all your forces, all your downward forces is going into loosen this. So we'll give this a wee go here, but we might have to, I normally take these off with a 3/4 with an adapter, you know. So we'll see. So now that that's broke, and it's going to come good for me, I think. I'm going to impact it the rest of the way. Right, just let the compressor charge up there, heard it kicking in. There's going to be there's a load of thread locker in these bolts, so that's why this is doing. That's why I have to run them out. And there'll be rust on the end of the threads as well, because it's a through hole. Alright, we're just checking this caliper here. It's being held up with a handbrake cable, so there's no strain on the hose, but can't go anywhere. We'll give this a bit of a clean. Okay, so there's two types of wheel bearings for this, and what does that guy say? Not a sponsor? Yeah, definitely not. These are what a lot of motor factories are stocking these days. This Napa brand. They're dirt cheap, and they're obviously China jobs, you know. So we don't want to mix these boxes up, because one of these is going to go back, because they're both different. And I'll just show you the differences in them. There is a visual difference. So you can see that this is ribbed at the back, and this one isn't. But the main difference is that hole in this one is bigger. So the stub axle is bigger in this one than in that one. You know, so you can see there's no markings on these bearings. They're completely unbranded. You know, so they're China job. Like, that's Napa's part number on it there. You can't see it etched into it. So if we look at the one that came off, it's quite clearly the one without the ribs, and it's that hole diameter. So guys, that's why I don't like to give part numbers out on the channel here, because, you know, if I give you the part number of this, it mightn't suit your car, you know. And I had to clean my hands there for this next bit. Well, sort of cleaned them. We've had a surprise package, and I didn't expect this. Didn't know what it was, and I've already opened it up. So look at that, mechanic mat, baseball hat, and nice T-shirt. That's a nice logo he has there. A nice font, you know. So it's nice T-shirt. And a personal touch. This is what I really was enthused by. You know, not that I'm not by the T-shirts and the thing. What's this here? Hair elastics. So that's a personal thing. Cheers, Matt. And we'll just give that a bit of a clean. So our wheel bearing here with the plain backing, and this one with the plain backing. There's a lot of reflectance there. It's shiny. Well, anyway, what do you see this? No good. So it's the one with the ribs on it. Is the one we want. So you can't go with that. It's my habit to put a tiny wee film on this here high performance bearing grease. So you don't have to do that. You know, whenever you get this bearing on, that'll just squeeze that out. But I just like the film. It sort of fills in the imperfections of the metal. That's basically what it's. You know, it's not grease in the bearing. The grease in the bearing is inside the bearing. Right. So the one that fits, shove it on. And in our kit, we get a new bolt and a new cap. And the bolt will have a bit of thread locker on it. There. I like to start these by hand. Now, the torque spec of this now, the reason why I do it by hand is, you know, so we don't cross thread it and we know that it's going in nicely. Because, you know, as you saw whenever it came out, there's a lot of forces going on the threads in that stub. Anyway, 180 Newton meters. This is the manufacturer specification, and a lot of people sort of disagree with this because it's basically unachievable, you know, in most cases. So 180 Newton meters plus 180 degrees, so 180 Newton meters on it, and then right around from top to bottom, half turn. So it's huge, you know, but this is a stretch bolt, so the angle that you're doing, the 180 degrees, is actually stretching the bolt, you know, so you're pulling on that bolt, and that's so it doesn't come out and the wheel falls off. But anywho, do not, whatever you do, put this car on the deck with that just hand tight. So what I like to do is I do the 180 Newton meters, get this thing assembled, put the wheel on, and put the car on the deck, because on this side, this is the rear right, on this side here, whenever we're going to do this will lift the suspension, you know. So we'll do the 180 Newton meters at this point. So we'll give this a mark at the 12 o'clock position. So that's not going to rotate, obviously, that there will, but. And we'll get our brakes on. Right, problems. These are the brake pads come out of this thing. So it would be remiss of me if I put those things in again. So they are shot. However, and this happens all the time in these Volkswagens, you know, piston seized. Now I did notice that spinning the wheel, it wasn't just as free wheeling as the other side, you know, not as free wheeling as you would like, and yeah, it wasn't jammed, but what do you see this here? So we need to take that caliper off, do a quick refurb. I have a video on doing exactly that on one of these type of vehicles, video up there in the cards. Well, now this has turned into a brake job as well as a wheel bearing. We have our calipers refurbished. That was a sticky one, and I just did the other one as well. It wasn't too bad, but it's probably not far behind the other one. And of course, preparation is key. The long-lasting good brakes. So this is a brake carrier file, which that's designed for this. It's a quick course. Lovely. I think I'll just tighten this the rest of the way while we're still here, so just in case I forget. Because if you do tighten these ones on the floor with the wheel on, you need to jack it up again, take the wheel off, and put the all-important cap on there. So you get a new cap in the kit with your wheel bearing, and that keeps the water out of that bearing. So it's very important. So we'll get the big guns out, and I have to do it this way. So if I did it the other way, if I had that to the left, it's just going to lift the suspension. So we'll see how far we get. Normally, I think I mentioned it, that you'll get this around to like 4 o'clock or something. That's about it. You'll not get 180 on it, like. Right, back to plan A again. I can't get my weight behind it because of the ramp there. So that's directly below the arm. So, right, we'll just go ahead and rebuild this. Okay, so with the brakes all blade and all that, all good. Handbrake's fully on. And I'm going to have to do a bit of a cable adjustment as well. Now, the calipers are all freed up. But anyway, so it's on the way to the car. It's off the ramp. I've put a bit of a thing in there. Now, this specification is, well, it's mad. It's really, it's basically unachievable. I can tell you. So, but we'll get her around a bit, and we'll see. We're going to break something, So let's have another hoof on it here. Now I can get my weight behind it. What does that end up like? About 3 o'clock. I think that'll near it is, to be honest with you. It's crazy spack, like. Got a wee bit more on it there. Right, I'm leaving it at that. So, wheel back off again, car back up in the air. Bit of a pain, as you can see with doing that, I'm basically compressing the suspension all the time, but, this is as most as I'm going to get in this, like breaking my tools or something. Anyway, yes, the grease that's in that bearing, so this cap, that comes with the bearing. I didn't put that grease in it, that white stuff. So this cap that you get in the kit, brand new, and it's a bit of an interference fit. These are tricky to get started here, these things, and yeah, so this is basically your seal for the bearing, you know, to stop the water from getting in. So we'll give us a good smack first. So don't be gentle, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. You know, to get this started, you need to hit it a good walt, you know. And that's it. So, wheel bearing video. It's just a wheel bearing, but I ended up having to do a brake job on it. So, yeah, we ended up doing far more than what I anticipated. But the customer's happy enough. There's no way I was going to give him it back with that caliper seized. That was seized solid. And yeah, another wee thing, just to note, is these Golfs have a terrible habit of these handbrake cables sticking. So whenever I had that off, I give it a wee pull in and out, make sure that handbrake cable's okay. So these ones are fine. So just a wee point to note. So that's it for this one. Hope you maybe get something out of it. Many thanks for watching. Give us your thoughts in the doobly-doo, the guys that work on the Volkswagens. You know, do you achieve that torque spec? Do you do it at 180 newton meters plus 180 degrees? Because it's, as far as I can see, it's unachievable. You know, do you do something different than I'm doing, or what's your thoughts on that? Anywho, many thanks for watching. All the best, and put that in camera. Thank you. I can't use that bit. That's definitely for the edit.